Tour is like a honeymoon in that you get to go to cool places that you might not otherwise have been to, but you do have to like haul gear up and down many flights of stairs multiple times a day. And so in that sense, it's not really an ideal honeymoon.
Being married on the road is great. I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Honestly, being married and in a band together is like amazing.
We still haven't had a honeymoon, but you know, maybe next year.
And then when I do go to your apartment, I always wonder where all the appliances are. I'm always like, where's the coffee maker? Where's the French press?
Where's the fine china?
The waffle iron. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so.
All paper plates.
But who needs it, really?
Tour is like a honeymoon in that you get to go to cool places that you might not otherwise have been to, but you do have to like haul gear up and down many flights of stairs multiple times a day. And so in that sense, it's not really an ideal honeymoon.
It'd be like working on someone else's honeymoon. Yeah. Like if someone else had a really expensive, fancy honeymoon and you were carrying all their luggage around for them.
Yeah.
So you like get to see it and it's pretty, but also you're tired.
With the most recent album, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the songs are a bit slower on the new album. I would not call our new record a dance record by any means. When we perform, I can't help but move to the music, and I hope that other people have that response as well. But it's also ideally the sort of music people can just listen to in headphones and sort of be in their emotions and not feel the need to dance. So ideally you have it both ways. We kind of recorded it in between tours, just kind of having the energy from a live audience to kind of give you the confidence boost when you're going back into the studio to say like, okay, you know, it seems like people like when we follow our instincts, because sometimes when you record, you can really get inside your head and try to predict what are people going to want from me, like maybe I should do something like this and people will like that. But ultimately, I think when you're performing live and recording kind of at the same time, you really just kind of feel the love from the audience, and that love tells you, I just want to make something that I really like because that's what I've always done, and they seem to like that. There was definitely a sort of feeling of wanting to have the album have the energy of like quickly walking around a city, which when you're on tour, so often you get there, you have to sound check, and then you have a very small window of time before you have to perform. And so you're kind of quickly walking around, you know, Barcelona or something, trying to see as much as you can before you have to go back. And I think some of that energy kind of worked its way into the music. Yeah,
there's a couple strutters on there.
Yeah.
There's a couple that are more of a saunter. Mm-hmm. There's some that are more of a stagger, a stumble. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different types of strides being explored.
I definitely go through phases of sort of consuming too much news, which is there's a song on the record called Too Much Enough that has to do with that, and the way you can get addicted to watching the news, and it seems like they just want to make you angry so that you get that emotional response and you keep watching. And I definitely fall into traps where I'm sort of reading the same information but from many publications because I'm just trying to get any new piece of information and really kind of becoming obsessed in a way that's not good.
There's a real kind of like dopamine junkie aspect to a lot of digital media. It's something that I'm always trying to fight against.
When I first started to think about what the record cover would look like, I started assembling images on my computer into like a folder, and I noticed that they were all very sort of religious because there was this aspect of kind of blind dedication to a lot of the songs. But it felt too serious to just have something be purely religious. So sort of a friend of ours named Christian Little is a painter, and I reached out to him and was looking through his work, and we sort of came up with this idea of the sort of monk-like figure having this sort of mask on that makes him, exposes the ridiculousness of his situation and how he sort of let his desire put him in a situation where he is potentially making a fool of himself. It's a real painting that is hanging in our apartment now.
So many of the songs depict the object of obsession or the process of obsession, and the painting depicts the subject of obsession, like who is actually getting caught up in that.
It's masked in part because it's all of us. It's anyone is the strange disciple. We are all the strange disciple.